Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Paterson, and today I'm going to be showing you 5 logo design tips that will blow your mind. Some of you may already know some of these tips, and I've talked about them throughout the channel at some point in the stage, but I thought I'd put it in one video for any beginner out there or someone who is just looking to get instant gratification of what tips they could use to make their logo design look great. So the first tip is to always flip and reflect your logo design. Logo design isn't easy, but it looks easy. What I mean by that is the shapes that we're creating are designed so they're simple and easy for the viewers to look at and the customers to identify with. So because of this, it's assumed that it's easy to actually create a logo type or a logo icon or an app icon or just a logo mark. Now, a big mistake that I see a lot of designers make when they're designing a logo is that they're not testing the concepts out. By this, I mean that they're not actually flipping the logo design and they're not actually breaking it up to see if you can still identify it. Now, obviously, when I say break it up, I don't mean to rip it apart and to make sure that you can see the logo. Only some logos can do that, and it doesn't mean that it's not going to work, but it's always good to test it out to see whether it fits and whether it looks nice when it's reflected. Now, a tip that I've given to a lot of logo type designers on this channel is that when they're creating a script or a hand lettered logo design, that they should flip it around and reflect it like you would do it with a mirror. This is a really easy way to stop your mind looking at the logo type as a logo type. Instead of looking at the letters, they're going to be looking at the shapes. Now, the mind is really good at putting together shapes and to make you believe that something looks legible and readable and flowing. But when you flip it around, it gives you a different perspective, and it gives you a perspective on the shapes of the logo. For instance, I'm a logo type designer by trade, so I love logo types. I do icons and I do app icons, I do all these sorts of other things, but my first love is logo types, especially vintage script logo types. Now, at the minute, I've been working with a couple of different clients for logo types, and one of them is here. Now, I'm going to try and show you this. This is one of the pieces of work that I've been doing. It looks okay. These are just little concepts that I've brought out onto the paper. They look very generic, but it's just to help me work out what's going on. Now, if I wanted to know whether these things flew or flowed correctly and the shapes were nice and the kerning was nice, then I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of it and flip it horizontally so it looks like it's reflected from a mirror, and then I'll print it off and I'll annotate the parts that I don't like and go to correct them. So the second tip that will blow your mind when it comes to creating logo icons and type logos or just word marks is to exaggerate negative space. When you're designing a logo on a big 27-inch IMAX screen, and you're getting right into the grill of the design. So you're right in there and you're looking at all the details and you're seeing it in this massive spectrum, this massive space. It's very easy for us not to understand how small the logo needs to be seen at. By this, I mean the negative space within the logo design needs to be compensated for the positive space. And this means that you have to exaggerate the negative space to compensate with the positive space. This may sound confusing, but I put out a video a few months ago when the Nintendo Switch came out about the Nintendo Switch logo, and I was talking all about the negative space to it, and the reason why the circle was smaller on one of the Joy-Cons in the logo than the other ones, and everyone else said it was because of other reasons, but it was actually because of the negative and positive space and the alignment of it. The mind is a strange place, so we need to make sure that the negative spaces are slightly larger in comparison to the positive spaces at some points. And if you think that the negative space is going to be large enough in the logo, make sure you exaggerate it a little bit, if not even just for experimentation, to make sure it can be read and seen as small as an app icon or a favicon on your computer. So to condense that one down, make sure that any negative space that you're using in your logo design is exaggerated when it's an icon or when you're using negative space to convey something like a shadow or something else. Make sure it's exaggerated and that the positive space isn't overbearing. The third tip that will blow your mind is to always use geometric shapes. If you're creating an app icon or just an abstract iconography logo design, then you need to make sure that you're using geometric shapes. I see a lot of people using the pen tool, and you can do it with the pen tool, but geometric shapes are a very easy way of creating a very clean logo. Now, the main reason why you should nearly always be using geometric shapes is because the geometric shapes are geometrically perfect. When you're using them, it's so much easier and more accurate than what we can do as humans when we're using the pen tool. For example, you've seen videos of me creating birds and different logo designs that are like abstract birds or circular logo designs or whatever, little icons, and I am not using the pen tool. I am using geometric shapes to get the curves, and then the shape builder to get rid of some of the shapes inside there, which gives it the logo shape. This is really great when you're coming up with a golden ratio logo, especially when you're using golden ratio or Fibonacci sequenced circles or different guides to make sure that you're making the logo sound. But basically, geometric shapes mean a geometric logo design or a geometrically sound logo design. And I don't mean just using a polygon tool or just a circle tool. What I mean is use a circle tool and other circles to make the shapes, no matter how complicated they may be. Obviously, there are times when you can't use geometric shapes within your logo design, and that is okay as well. But make sure that if you're doing an icon or something like that, use geometric shapes when you can to make sure that one, you're getting the best use out of Illustrator or your logo design vector program, and two, to make sure that everything is geometrically sound, and you'll be surprised of the results. You won't need to use a pen tool, use the shape tools and then the shape builder tool to delete shapes and to also add shapes together. The fourth most amazing tip is to force yourself to draw 50 ideas or renditions of the logo that you're working on. When I'm working for a client, I use a massive piece of paper like you've just seen earlier on. The reason for this is because I can get all my ideas out onto one paper and I can archive it later. It's also because the paper is really nice as well. But I have these things called field notes and little journals and stuff. And what you want to do is really roughly be drawing your abstract icons, logo designs, and anything else in them. But you want to be doing this within an hour. The reason why you should do this within the 1 hour mark is to stop you being so protective over your ideas of a logo. I always see logo design as working out what doesn't work and proving that. A lot of the time within the first week of me doing a logo for a client, I already know what it should be, but half or 80% of my job is kind of showing what doesn't work and why, and that shows you what does work in the end. It narrows down your options as to why something would work better. So drawing 50 ideas out in 1 hour can actually expand your creativity, and the accidents that you create by little drawings will help you come up with new ideas that express the logo. And because of scarcity of time, it means that you've got no time to procrastinate and you have to draw really quick designs. If you know me, I do a lot of logo type designs, so I spend a lot of time drawing them out when I've got a good idea. But what you may not see is all my little crappy designs that I do, the little drawings that I literally sketch out very quickly to see where the idea works. And then I force myself to draw another one and another one and another one. Even though they look bad, I'm going to make sure that the bad work becomes good, because it's kind of like taking out all the rubbish to find the bit of gold inside the rubbish bag. And the fifth and final tip that will blow your mind when it comes to logo design is to change your location. Yes, this is surprising. A lot of people know me working in here. You see videos of me in here 90% of the time I'm in here. This is my office studio space where I do all my creative work a lot of the time, especially when it comes to filming, just because it's a great location. My computer's here and everything is in here. But what you may not know is that nearly every week I spend quite a substantial amount of time in different places coming up with ideas, drawing, and not being in the same place. And the reason behind this is because I feel very stale being in the same room, and a lot of other creatives do it as well. When you're in the same room all the time, you can kind of get into this tunnel vision of a logo design or a tunnel vision of a project. And when you go out of a room, you express yourself in a different environment, you'll be surprised at the ideas you create. I found that sometimes when I'm getting slow in my work and everything's kind of sludgy, I need to go somewhere else. And when I do go somewhere else, whether that's like a coffee shop or a bar or something during the day, not drinking, but getting a coffee, ideas just flow out of me because I'm around a different environment, and that is helping me clear my brain from where I'm at now. So it may seem like a surprising tip, but you'll only realize how well it works when you actually go and do it. So go and do it today. Don't stay in your office. Make sure you spend at least an hour somewhere different if you can. If not, just change which room you work in and you'll be very surprised. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. A huge shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring this video as well. Squarespace is basically an online website builder where you can create your own website really easily by using the templates and everything else that's on that website. You get your domain, your templates, you can sell stuff, you get client work on there. It is amazing. I use Squarespace as my website and I have a contact form on there. I put my portfolio on there. It works really well. It's super easy and simple. You don't need to be a website wizard, but if you guys want 10% off Squarespace this year and for your subscription off it, press that link down below and type in the coupon code as well to get 10% off Squarespace Premium. If you haven't already, subscribe down below for some more amazing tips and some more content on this channel. Give this video a like and also comment down below some tips that have really helped you in logo design. Thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next video. See you soon.